Okay, something massive just happened and almost nobody noticed it. Because while we've been freaking out about the government locking down access to all the best AI, an open source AI learned how to build its own brain. And it's almost as good as Claude, and it was built in the United States. I'm Gigatien, and if you've been following me, you know I've been shouting that the US needs to build better open source AI. And a company called DeepReinforce just did it, and I'm going to tell you exactly how it works. The AI models you use for coding have human-written playbooks. We've been making the decisions. Check the repo, write the tests, debug. It's rigid, it's slow, and a lot of creators on social media tell you about exciting new approaches that you do not need. But Ornith 1.0 doesn't use a human playbook. It writes its own. It generates its own workflow scaffolding, tests it, and then evolves it, because there's a difference between learning to code something and learning how it should be coded. If you don't quite see the difference, that's fine. Let's break down some fundamentals. Normal AI relies on a static orchestration layer. That's a fixed master program that forces the AI to follow a permanent checklist. It doesn't change. So it's obviously not going to skip unnecessary steps, let alone invent new ones. Ornith replaces this layer with a two-stage learnable pipeline. So it gets graded and it improves on two things at the same time, its strategy and its execution. So let's get to the point. This small open source model is competing with the GOATs on the benchmarks. And if you check out SWE Benchmark Verified, it's better than Opus 4.7 and it's up there in the conversation with 4.8. Oh, and there's the 9B version, which for those of you who don't know, means it can fit on your laptop. And it scores almost 70%. That means it's outperforming models 40 times its size. MIT license, no API key, no rate limits, and no sending your proprietary code to someone else's servers. This is legit innovation happening in open source AI in the US. So does this mean the US just took the lead in open source AI from China? I wouldn't say that just yet. But as of now, an open source US model is competitive on the benchmarks we really care about. And it did it with an innovative new training method. It's genuinely smarter. And that's part of what's so cool about open source. We can learn from each other. So let's see where this goes next.